dropped through the cracks. There are numerous organizations that have used the names United States and United States of America over the past 200 years. Some of them are American and some are British territorial entities and some even belong to the Holy See. Since 1851, our American Union of Nation-States has done business as the United States. The United States is unincorporated. The members of this union are Republican nation-states occupying the soil jurisdiction of this country. Soil is defined as the top 6 inches of the land. This is also known as the national jurisdiction. Our Federation of States, the United States of America, is also unincorporated, and forms another separate union of organic, physically defined member states operating in international jurisdictions. Both these unions are instrumentalities of the independent, sovereign nation-states known as organic states of the Union. It's the states of the Union that are the principles that created the constitutions, define the federal subcontractors and the subcontractors' duties, and their own obligations to pay for these services and delegate powers needed to perform the services. From our side of it, these are the only American entities involved in setting up or approving the federal constitutions, so these states of the Union and the state citizens known as people, who run these states, are the only ones with the power to enforce the federal constitutions. Any eligible American can make the proper declarations and provide the appropriate information and serve as a state citizen within their state assembly. It's these state citizens that can hold all federal subcontractors accountable. Why? Because the state citizens, aka people with a capital P, are the only Americans who are party to the constitutional contracts. You have to be a party to a contract to have standing to address it and enforce it. Our states of the Union and our state citizens can speak through their federation in international venues to bring correction of federal subcontractors, but they can also speak individually and directly to federal subcontractors operating within the borders of their states. Now that our state assemblies are restored and Americans of every nation-state have stepped up to serve as state citizens, the reins are back in our hands and the proper authorities have been invoked to enforce our federal constitutions. We now know that the municipal corporation known as the DoD, or Department of Defense, is the owner-operator of all the other worst offender municipal corporations. The DoD Municipal Umbrella Corporation owns and controls the Territorial Congress as a franchise. Ditto the corporations most responsible for the damage of the pandemic fiasco: NIH, CDC, FDA, the so-called intelligence agencies, DARPA, DIA, CIA, DHS, FBI and even the DOJ. These municipal corporations are all federal subcontractors claiming authority based on constitutional contracts, and dependent on those contracts for their very existence. However, they have run seriously amok for a long time. Without state citizens present to enforce the constitutions, they've been able to literally get away with murder, to pillage and plunder their employers, to racketeer under color of law, and create mayhem throughout the world. This is what happens when Americans forget who they are, forget how our separate American government works, and even forget who the direct parties to the constitutions are. Thank God that we have all remembered and that every state is now blessed with their own state citizens, our own countrymen who have adopted their proper standing and who are enabled to enforce the federal constitutions within the borders of their organic states of the Union. Slowly, like a giant supertanker coming to heel, the apparatus of the federal government subcontractors is being made to yield and to obey. A great many people have already contributed to this effort and more join the effort every day. More people learn American history, not just United States history, and more people come home to the land and soil of their native country, ready to take up the effort to educate others and enforce the contracts they are owed. Thank you, state citizens, more than you will ever know.